Good afternoon everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Sue from the Love and Inspiration Company. Now this journal that I'm going to show you now is, I'm really torn whether I am going to put it into my Etsy shop, but if it sells or not. If it doesn't sell, I'm not going to be sad about it, because this has been in my stash for a long time, and I filled it all inside with what I loved, images that I loved, and I put letters from my late father in there, photographs, special things from my children. So this has been by my side in my bedroom for a long time. But I've got to declutter, and I've got probably 10 journals that I've made over the years that will never make it to my Etsy store, just because I can't let go of them. And this has been one of them, but I've just got to, I wanted to have a bit of a clear out. So what I've done, I have emptied all the pockets in it from the ephemera, and I've left the images, a lot of the images that aren't personal, in here. You'll find lots like this one, for example, that is a quote. It says, "One small crack does not mean you are broken. It means that you were put to the test and you didn't fall apart." So throughout it, there are things that have been inspirational to me over the years, that I've kept in there. So I've depersonalized it. And there was a photo on here of my dad, but I've replaced it with these flowers. So there, I don't know if anyone's going to be interested in it or not, but what someone could do if they did want it, say that, I mean, that's not a post, that's a stock image, and I just thought it was beautiful. When I got married, I never had a wedding dress, and if I had one, it would have been like that. This is a beautiful image from a book just called Love, that's the heading of it, and there's an old man and a woman holding hands, naked, running into the sea. So there's things like that throughout of it that are just, that I love, that means such a lot to me. They're such a happy couple, they're living life. And so throughout, there's images like that. There's also images that have got no real meaning to me that I just love. I've always liked this one. This has been in other journals. I just love the fact that, there's all those ballerinas sort of all stood together, and I love images of ballerinas. I haven't put ephemera inside this one because it would make the journal too expensive, because there's papers like this that are extremely old, and so when I made this journal, I did make it for myself, and so all the lovely papers that I've got, this is 1700s paper, there's a few of these throughout. So it would make it too expensive. But what I could do, if someone wanted this journal particularly, I could put ephemera in it, but just to beware that it would make it a more expensive journal, because already, I mean, it's a large, heavy journal. There's 1, 2, 3, 6 signatures in there, all with sort of the more expensive book pages that I've bought and collected over the years. So it would be an expensive journal just because it's cost so much to make. So I'm going to show you throughout. There's another image. Be kind to past versions of yourself that didn't know the things you know now. So as you can see, pockets are empty. I can fill them, but like I said, it would make it a very expensive journal, and I know money's really tight out there. There's an image of Frida. She's a bit of an inspiration to me at the moment. She's a Mexican, I believe, artist who died very young, was very sick, and just her artwork is amazing. That's an image I bought from a from a UK YouTuber called, oh, I forget, I'll put it in the description if I can. And she just does wonderful images of fairies, and I've supported her channel and her shop by buying various different things. Another image of a ballerina, a little girl doing the splits, just aspiring to be a ballerina. Another lovely image that I've kept throughout the years, and this is Marilyn Monroe quote: "We should all start to live before we get too old. Fear is stupid, so are regrets." So as you can see, it's unlike my journals that I normally sell that aren't personalised in any way. I mean, there's not that many people are going to like images of a woman slumped on a chair with balloons. So like I said, if it doesn't sell, I'm not going to be sad about that. But if it does, I think someone will have a very special journal here. It really is a lovely collection of papers and images. There's a whole document in there that's been used to create a page. So as I depersonalised it, if somebody particularly wanted to, I could, because there is scope for this journal to be personalised, as in with adding colour, adding certain images to it. This is a poem that if I've been putting into my journals more, so everyone can sort of sharing it with everybody really. This is I'd Pick More Daisies by Nadine Stair, who was 85 years old. She was a lady that wrote about regrets in her life, and if she had the time again, what would she do? And at the end of it, she says, "And I would pick more daisies." Again, really inspirational. Just lovely images of flowers. These are throughout because I love these. Love roses, they're my favourite. And then these were some new printables that I got. Just lovely images. Again, put in here to please myself, not as a plan to sell this journal. There are some like that one. That was I just liked it. That was in my collection. So I've added a few little extra bits in there that weren't originally mine. There's another pocket there that can be filled. Again, I just love that pop of colour. Some large pockets to be filled. Each signature has got this copper dyed vellum at the beginning and end of it. This is another image. This is just put on normal photocopy paper, and it's from my book called Love again, and it shows all different aspects of love between people and animals, between all different cultures, young and old. Another image that I just adore. Be the girl on the right. Don't know if you can see that. Things that when I've gone through it and I've been feeling down, just can make me smile. And might bring hope back again when things just seem too dark. Another beautiful, don't let people discourage you. Just fluff out your tutu and dance anyway. Isn't that a true statement? If you're feeling down, that's certainly going to pick you up. This is the original page from this book. This is a really old, I'm not sure the year, of it, and that's some antique lace on the very, very old leather bound book. I've got my ruler here. I can tell you how big it is. So it's a large journal. So this is sort of approaching the 12 inches lengthwise and 9 inches across, and the width of the spine is nearly 3 inches. So it's a very large journal, and it will unfortunately be, if someone did want it, expensive to post. But I always try to keep the cost down as much as I can. This image, I'm sure not many people would like this. As you can see, I've got tattoos just on my arms and hands. But this, you know, people have asked me, what will you do when you get older and you got tattoos? And it's like, well, I shall still be me, and hopefully, you know, I'd still be rocking them like these three ladies here. I just love it. But if someone didn't want that image, it's only a paper. I can't pull it off because it would destroy the paper underneath. I'm not going to do that. But someone could put a different image on top, stick on top of that. And if someone wanted me to, I could find an image to cover that. Feels very strange sort of showing an unfilled journal. Normally the pockets are full with things. This is just lovely paper. This is from Roxy Creations. I get a lot of my old book pages from her, so they're often Italian, French, some German, and they're just lovely. And so what I do when I get bundles, say off from Roxy Creations, I sort of squirrel away all the lovely bits that I just love, and I create my own personal journals and things with them, and hence this is one of those journals. I still must decide if I can part with the other probably 9 or 10 that I've got. It's just so hard. I put so much into making them, and I really do fall in love with them, and they get hard to sell. All the mistakes I ever made were when I wanted to say no and I said yes. That way, I can remember putting this in this journal, and it was very poignant to me at the time. These images, these muted, sort of very dramatic, you know, images are just wonderful. It just, you can read so much in the eyes from them. Just love them. Another very, I've got this printed and put on my wall as well. We are not our age, we are our energy. I've picked the various different papers because of the lovely handwriting and the colours of the pages and the textures. Another large empty pocket just waiting to be filled. That's my favourite image from this collection. This is a large printed image. It didn't print out too well. I didn't do it as best or anything, but I don't waste anything, and it was just, you know, even with all its flaws, it's beautiful. So I just kept it in there. There's another image of the tattooed older ladies enjoying a beverage. Alcoholic, I hope. I love this image, again from the book that's called Love, with an older lady sat with a nun just massaging her feet. It just shows that love comes in all sorts of forms, and that really does capture love to me. There's the card that I read at the beginning of the video. I hope this video is not too long and it's boring people. It's such a big journal. Let me try and move bit quicker throughout it. There's some pull out. That's an original letter there. It's just beautiful, and I've just took that in. Each one of my journals I can just go through, touch the pages, and they give me so much joy, they really do. There's a lovely image of just 3 children playing. There's so much potential for someone, if anyone did want this journal, just to really create what they wanted for it. There's lots of writing space. One day you'll wake up and there won't be any more time to do the things you've always wanted to do. Isn't that true? Just lovely little reminders tucked in pockets. Get into the last 2 signatures now. I'll rush through a little bit. So even though the journal hasn't got any ephemera inside it, the pages have been made out of ephemera, sort of. Let me just see where I've just passed it. So that, for example, that's a page, and that was made out of that. So that's 1808. That was a document that. So there is ephemera within it, but they are just pages rather than documents to pull out. The last signature. You can see this paper, this is 1700s paper, how it's been carefully repaired, the edges, and I just thought when I saw that, that's the love that someone put into this book and the care. This is 17th century rag paper. We don't look after the book pages now than how people used to. Book pages from one of my favourite books from I've had this for many years, and I take the pages out very sparingly, only for sort of the special journals that I make. There's some lovely rag paper there. It's a long video, so it's on nearly 18 minutes. There's a letter there, handwritten. Let me move on. So if you are still here by now, I hope that you've enjoyed watching this video. If only our eyes saw souls instead of bodies, how different our ideals of beauty would be. I love that. I'll have to take a copy of that before I let this journal go. And that's the end of this journal. There's some 17th century handwritten document there, which I wouldn't normally put in, but when, like I said, I store up all my favourite bits, then create a journal with it. So this journal will be in my Etsy store. Please let me know if you are interested in this at all, if you would like it personalised, if you would like me to remove or cover up any of the pictures, because I understand that some of the images aren't for everybody. I can personalise it with colours and things, or I could leave it as it is and put a little package together of some different papers and things for you to create your own and just to extend the journal. It will be an expensive journal, unfortunately. I do keep cost of how I cost them is all on the papers inside the cost of the original book. Things, very little money cost really goes on my time making it. It's just I do them because I love them. But it's got many there's many opportunities to really make this journal how you wanted it to. Either you do it yourself or I could embellish it a little bit more. Please let me know. Thank you for bearing with me. This has been a 20-minute video, I think the longest I've ever made, and I'm really rubbish at them. Thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you. I wish you all the love and blessings. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.